disgusting.
Hey guys, Klungray here, and it's time for another tactic talk. This time we are going to be in bottom tier medium tanks. What should you do when you're in a bottom tier medium tank? The first thing you want to do is look at your list and then decide where you want to go to support your team. And then once there, you have to pick an ally, preferably a higher tier ally, and just support them. That's what I'm going to do specifically on a small map like this. And maybe if you get a bigger map, there's more range to move around, like for instance Prokhorovka or Malinovka, you don't really have to stay with a tank and a higher tier tank to try to support them. You can kind of support from afar and use your mobility. But on a map like that, you really can't. I don't want to get isolated. I don't want to be by myself, and I want to make sure I'm supporting my higher tier tanks. So I'm coming to this location down here, and I'm only going to stay down here for a little while before I decide I should probably leave. Just because of all these heavy tanks, but then I notice I do have two heavy tanks behind me, a Samwa SM who is going to get himself killed unfortunately, but there is in fact a T10, not a tier 10, a T10 behind me who is going to do some work, and I have decided that I'm going to either win beside him or die trying, so that's what my plan is going to be in this game. And we're just right now, while people aren't paying any attention to us, putting nice easy shots into some of their tier 10s. We've put one into the Bat Chat, we've put one into the Chieftain. And we're not even, I don't even know if we switched to premium rounds this game, because we don't really need to. This guy is kind of in a weird position. There's a Foch there, there's a machine there, there's a bunch of tanks there, all trying to use that same position. And it's getting awkward, and one of them doesn't have a turret and is really long, and so they're like, oh, what's going on? And this guy's coming towards me. He's got a good gun, he can hit me on the move. I'd rather not test that. But then I see his turret turn just for a split second, and it's just enough time for me to put a shell into him. No problem. And is he going to sit there? No, he's going to continue on, which is great. That's one less tier 10 we really have to worry about unless he comes back. No, he's not going to, because now he's getting shot from the middle, which is good. Can we shoot somebody? Hello? Right there. Nope. If he pokes out again, we are going to put a shell into this Bat Chat. There it is. Yes, we are. We put it in, leaving him on just a small smidgen of hit points. And we're still just playing the support role. So right now we are losing 4-0. And it's not looking good at all. However, the play we've made with all these tanks in front of us not being able to push us, I think is going to win us this game. And this machine is coming after us. We put a shell into the side of his tank. And because I am here, my T10 gets to just farm him. This guy's going to put his shells into me. I'm not too worried about it. He can't kill me with his magazine. So that's fine. And I'm just going to get to his side, put it in, and now he's loaded. Fix my loader. He's put one into me. Now he's put two. Come on, 3. Damage my ammo rack, we fixed that, and 4. But now he is reloading. He has, well, he got a little too confident. He noticed that they were winning 4-0, and then he jumps over, and now suddenly it's 3-5, and we're tied up. Not tied up, but we're catching back up, and then he goes down. He goes down for free. The only thing he got to do was shoot a little tiny tier 8. That is all he did. And we're going to continue to stay here. I thought about leaving right here, right now. I'm just like, I'm going to leave this. I can escape this E100. But then I'm like, no, I'm not going to leave the T10. He didn't leave me. I'm not going to leave him. And so that's what I've decided to do. The E100 has fired. We're going to try to put a shell into his tracks. There we go. We put it in. And we actually do penetrate him. But we're going to load up a premium round just to make sure we pen him here with this last shot. But it doesn't matter. The E4 comes up from behind and puts it in. Or shoots him in the side from up in the town. He's up top in the east. Not in the city, in the town. And now there's an E5 rolling up on our side here. Can we put some shells into him? I don't know. We gotta pay attention. Keep paying attention. And look at the team just collapse. Their E100 killed himself on us. Their Chieftain got himself killed because of us. Their machine got killed because of us. The Bat Chat got killed because of us. The Foch we held back. The E5 we held back. All these tanks we got to hold back. And it's because we stayed here to support the T10. Is what it was. And now this T10 has decided he's going to now take the hits from me because I'm low in health, and I appreciate that, and he's going to lead the charge. And when he takes a hit, I'm going to poke out and return fire. There we go. He takes a hit. Am I going to poke out? I'm not going to poke out. I've decided he's still healthy enough. And you got to pay attention to your allies' health too. I decided that my T10 was still healthy enough, so I was going to let him continue to take the hits for me. I'm a one-shot. There's no point dying right now. Really is no point dying. And my T10 is still very, very healthy. I'm going to let him do his thing. There we go. He fires. He dies anyway. There's a Jagdpanzer. There's a Chieftain. Or a Death Star. There's the Chieftain. He's not quite dead yet, but he was taken out of the fight because he wasn't doing anything. Now he's back, and we're going to just poke around this corner, put a nice easy shell into the side of his tank. finish him off, and now all that's left is this Stritzvong. Are we going to be able to hit him? No, unfortunately, that's going to be it for us this game. But I think this is a perfect example of how to play your bottom tier tanks. We picked a tank. We picked a spot we wanted to go. I'm like, this is where I want to go. Now, whoever goes here, I'm going to support. And that's what we did. We supported the T10 with our lives. And we actually survived. If we were not there, if we had run off, the machine would have put his magazine into the T10, and then T10 would have surely died. So I'm very happy with that one, that game there for sure. And it's not an ace tanker, but it didn't need to be. I just wanted to demonstrate how to play when you're bottom tier, and that's not going to be the only game. Now we're in the beach party, which is a reskin rip. But yet again, another tank which I don't think anyone would consider overpowered. It's pretty much a T-44 with a Pershing turret and a Panther 8, Panther 2 gun. A very good gun. It's a phenomenal gun. The best gun on pretty much absolutely any tier 8 medium tank. It's tied with the Panther 2. That's my opinion anyway. 0.3 accuracy, you know, super long barrel. It's super accurate. Like, it's a great gun. I love it. I love this gun. And I am platooned in this game. However, they wanted to go somewhere which I did not want to go. And so I go off kind of by myself. But, yet again, I understand where I need to go and what I need to do. Boom, easy. And I'm going to be playing the supporting role. I never want to actually fight the enemy team until the end. And I'm just going to sit here. This is a position I really, really enjoy in my medium tanks and my light tanks, is right here. Because from here, you can put shots into people as they cross. Luckily for us, we bounced 2 shots from that guy, but he's stock, it seems, because we only blocked 340 damage. So he does not have a larger gun. So he's going to struggle going through our hull, for sure. And right here is just where we're going to stay for a little while in this game. Just because of this. The light tanks do this run all the time. And you can counter them so easily from here. And that's what I'm doing. I am technically alone. I do have a heavy tank behind me. I'm not sure who he is. But it doesn't matter because I'm not putting myself in harm's way. And it's an Object 279E. That's actually a perfect tank to support when you're bottom tier, guys. It really, really is. But right now, I'm still just going to play the sniping role. Why not? I mean, like I said, I know this spot on this map. I know I can get some shots in from here, and that's what I'm doing. Now, the enemy team does have a top-tier heavy tank platoon, which means they are probably going to win the other flank. And I was thinking, you know, I could leave my platoon up top here, and they can probably win that top flank, and then I can go back to support my team down below. However, there's no way I will survive that engagement. There's a 4-man top-tier platoon, and I'm just a little tier 8. So I've decided I'm going to help win this flank up here quickly, so my team can turn around and deal with those guys behind us. That's the new plan right now, is to just, you know, continuously support. And you're going to notice that I'm kind of playing the same role as I did in my light tank on on Lakeville, back in my first tactic talk, where we talked about light tanks. And this is completely true. CDC, my job normally would be to go hunt him down and kill him, keep him from flanking. And you see, I started to do that, but I am in a platoon. And so they're like, hey, don't worry about him. We're going to handle him. I'm like, all right, if you're going to do that, I'm going to continue to support with my sniping fire. So that's what I've decided to do. Now, if you're not in a platoon, that will be your job, guys. That CDC is yours. You go get him. You make sure he doesn't flank your allies, okay? In your bottom tier medium tanks, you can really do that. Just make sure the enemy team isn't trying to do anything fancy. Alright? If they are, shoot them. Stop them. Prevent them from doing that. Slow them down. Do what you can to prevent them from killing your teammates. Especially your top tier teammates. That's your job. Your job is not the damage dealer. Even though we've done 1500 damage already, we've been putting supporting fire in, which has been keeping them on their toes, which has been good. And now we're behind this guy. We're going to put another shell into him. Yes, we are. And the Yag Tiger finishes him off. And yet again, he was a tank who decided he wanted to try to flank. We were in a position to stop him, and we did. And now it's 8-2, meaning we can go after these. Or is it 9-2? 9-2. Meaning we can go after these. No, it is 8. We can go after these top tier platoon now, and we'll be able to flank them, get them into a crossfire because we helped our team win their flank. Right there, that was some kind of weird driving glitch. I don't know if you guys noticed, but my tank was still driving even though I wasn't pushing forward on my joystick. That was really weird. But we eventually did stop, and I don't know what that was, but hey, we stopped. So there we go, and we were able to hit the guy. No problem. And these guys are distracted. I should have just fired it. I should have just fired it earlier as soon as he started to move, but I did not. I was slow on the trigger. I wanted to let it aim, and we miss him unfortunately there. But these guys are distracted by my 263. However, I still don't want to just run in, so I'm going to kind of sit here for a little while, figure out where that IS-7 is going to change his direction to. Is he going to continue to focus on the 263, or is he going to turn towards us? He's going to turn towards us. Okay, I'm just going to give him a second. Our platoon mate is already in the line of fire, so I'm going to let him take the hit. Okay, he's going to take the hit. Whatever. He put himself there, so he's going to have to take it. Now the IS-7 is looking at me. I'm hauled down. He misses me, unfortunately for him, and we're going to be able to put a return shot straight back into him. And then I notice, oh, he's going to kill my friend, so I'm going to try to pull in front to take the hit for him. No, I think I can kill him here. Here we go. We do. We distract him, and now we can kill him. Yes, we can. He goes down. So we gave ourselves as an easier target. That's something you can do as your bottom tier tank. If pretend that WZ on my left was actually a top tier tank, don't be afraid if you have health to take the hits for them, because your top tier tanks are more important than you are. Let's be real. I always say that your piece is the queen. If this was a game of chess, you are the queen. But sometimes even the queen needs to make openings so that their pawns can get through and become queens themselves, right? So don't be afraid to take hits for your pawns sometimes, or your tier 10s, or your platoon mates, if you have the health to do so. We put a shell in this T110E5, and we're going to hopefully finish him off here. He's a one-shot for us, and we have a very accurate gun. We're going to put it into the side tank. There it is, and we finish him off. 3,400 damage and 5 kills. No, how many kills is that? I was thinking of a different game. 2 kills. 5 kills. Where did I get that? I don't know. 2 kills and a bottom tier medium tank. Not too shabby. And it, yet again, was just putting in supporting fire. So we really played this, like I said you should play a light tank minus the spotting. So, yeah, I'll take that. It's an ace tanker because we were shooting top tier tanks. Obviously, your games aren't going to go that well every single time. Like, we did get very lucky, but this, I was very happy with the T44 game because that was my very first game of the day, and that's exactly what I was looking for, was to be bottom tier. And that's what we got. So, when you're in your bottom tier tank size, just try not to get yourself isolated so that you don't get clipped out by a machine. And then whoever else may join him, make sure you do have a friend with you, which we did, who was the T10, and make sure you're supporting a friend, who was, in fact, the T10. That's what you want to do in your bottom tier tanks, is support, support, support. And then, of course, in the other game, in the Trinity, not the Trinity, the reskin, bleh, the banana bus, no, the beach party, holy cow, there's so many of them. We didn't really need a friend because of where we were. We were so far back near our base that there was no threat to us, and we were able to put supporting fire because we knew of a firing lane we could use. And of course, you won't know all the firing lanes. I don't know all the firing lanes. I'm still learning some. I'm like, wait, that guy shot me from there. What? You know? So the game is still learning. But if you can find yourself in a position in your bottom tier tanks where you're doing damage, then you're doing your job. You do not need any high damage. You don't need to be the one who gets the kills. You don't need to be the one who takes the hits in your supporting vehicles. You need to be the one who supports your team. However, there is an exception to taking the hits, and that is, of course, trying to save your higher tier tanks, which we did with this machine. He wanted to shoot me, which allowed my T10 to have a really good game. And then in the other game, the IS-7 decided to shoot me instead of killing my platoon mate, which yet again allowed my platoon mate to stay alive. And had that game not been decided, I mean, we were going to win that game regardless at that point. He may have come into a huge play later on. So that's it. That's the tactic talk, guys. Number one thing, don't get yourself isolated. Find an ally and stay with them till death. All right? Unless it's an absolutely losing flank, stay with them. And I thought we could win with this T10, and we did. So we stayed here, and we won the game with the T10. I would say the T10 won the game, but we enabled him to win. So that's something you can do as your bottom tier tanks. You won't be the one winning, but you can be the one who enables other players to win. Alright guys, that's it. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go check out SpaceBANDIT, Gun Dingy's YouTubes and Twitch. Links in the description below. And join me later today, right after this video goes live on Twitch. I will be live streaming +1, -1. Have fun in +1, -1. You don't have to worry about being bottom tier anymore. I mean, of course it'll be bottom tier, but only -1. So that'll be pretty cool indeed. And hopefully I'll be seeing you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and peace out.